Yep.
Okay, it's that one there.
The Chair. And I just wanted to add on to some of the kōrero that I've been putting through on this bill, particularly in terms of the punitive strategy that this government has employed, which has really upset many of our people out there, Mr. Chair. So given that position, I've put an amendment in that I think will help the Minister in terms of giving people time to comply, which we don't think is would add too much of a problem. I'm looking at clause 4, obviously, a new subpart 3A, amending new clause 310C, and in terms of if the beneficiary fails to comply with a requirement under this section, MSD must suspend. What we're wanting to do here is insert a 30-day time frame, Mr. Chair, for the Minister to consider. And why wouldn't you consider that? As per some of my previous contributions on the bill, it's about providing a reasonable time frame, Mr. Chair, for clients to comply and ensures that we don't have whānau on the streets. I mean, it's pretty simple, really. Why wouldn't you just give them a bit of space, given all the complexities that whānau are going through, particularly our disabled community, and it's already been mentioned, Māori communities and the disparities, and I will get onto that a little bit later on. But I'd like the Minister to explain how not having a reasonable time frame will not lead to more family solo mums and job seekers on the streets. And also to the Minister, can she explain what assessment has she considered on the potential of a spike in homelessness, particularly in Auckland, and the impact on young people on rangatahi? So I would have thought that this type of amendment would be something that the government would look at, because again, it just gives people at ground level the space, the time that is needed, and so it's a serious amendment rather than come in with a big hammer and take people out, and all of a sudden we have whānau in stress. So we don't want to keep seeing families or people out on the street. So why would you not consider a time frame, a more comfortable time frame, so people can manage their lives, get their whānau together, and get the right paperwork in? It's an amendment I'd like the Minister and Government to consider. Thank you.
Honourable Louise Upston.
Mr. Chair, I think it would be useful just to remind the House that in these areas of assistance, there is already a requirement for someone who's receiving support to advise MSD of a change of circumstances. So as soon as there's a change of circumstances, there is a requirement, and I'm sure the member knows that, to advise MSD of a change of circumstances. I accept that not everybody does that when the circumstances change. So the mandatory review, if you like, is a fallback, because what we don't want to do is see people who haven't advised a change of circumstances that affects their eligibility, that then leads to an overpayment, and an overpayment over many months is what currently occurs, and leads people into significant levels of debt to MSD. So when we talk about the things that cause stress to clients of MSD, that is one of the highest. So part of what this review process will do is catch those problems early and ensure that there are not difficulties. Going back to the question of disabled people, I can quite proudly say that I've consulted extensively with the Minister of Disability Issues around this policy.
I do love it how the ads seem to like to come on at the right point.
Yeah, I mean, hey, shout out to that algorithm. Am I unmuted? Yes, I am. Shout out to that algorithm.
That could have been deliberate as well from Kiwi Pulse.
Yeah. So no, shout out to that algorithm. It's got good comedic timing. Okay, so I've got that regulatory impact statement open, not the one that I really want to look at, but the one that I've had to be forced to look at. That I've been forced to link to because for whatever reason the bill doesn't link us to the correct one.
It's what happens when you have rush jobs. Yeah,
we don't even get a proper citation for the regulatory impact statement. Holy fuck, Louise, what are you doing? Okay, so or whoever wrote that, fix it. So in respects to proposals 1 and 2, introducing traffic light system, the costs involved. So this is how much it's going to cost to upgrade the IT and everything. It's going to cost $6.5 million for IT changes, and introducing a reapplication for job seeker clients every 6 weeks. The costs involve one-off costs, which include capital investment of $4.7 million. So we don't even have that yet. Where is it?
Exactly. Where is it?
Where is it? We've got a front line that's absolutely stretched to the bone, right? And you want them to do all this extra shit for what?
I love Bernadette's comment about I'm still pretty sure they're using Windows 95 and dial-up. Well, no, I don't think they're using Windows 95 and dial-up, but the way they go, might as well use Windows 95 and dial up because it's still just as slow.
I mean, I can go find stats for how much homelessness costs in New Zealand. You know, and I'm sure it's going to cost a lot more than what the savings are going to be. How many people end up in prison? How much does it cost to go to a private prison? I don't know. Fuck. How much does it cost to go to hospital if you're sick because you don't have a house? I don't know. How much money are we going to lose because you can't get a job because you don't have a house that you can get shit sent to? I don't know.
PO box that's down there and costs what is it? $280 a year I pay for my PO box now.
Yeah, you expect someone who hasn't got a home to pay for a PO box?
Yeah. So that's $280. Yeah, so it's not exactly cheap.
It's like, hey, you've just had your benefit cut. You can't get a job. Go get a PO box. You know, it's like, come on. It's like, they're lucky if they've got a working phone at this point. Like not just a brick phone.
Well,
actually, yeah. Need a landline. Can't even get a landline.
Yeah. Well, considering landlines are not considered a standard thing at home now, whereas there was one day you couldn't even ring the 0800 number from a cell phone, and now a landline's not even considered a normal thing to have at home.
Yeah. Like the costs to benefits haven't been properly calculated out, right? Like I just said, how much does it cost to send someone into hospital because they've developed an illness or an injury due to not having safe accommodation? How much does it cost to keep someone in prison? How much does it because they've had to break the law to get something to fucking eat?
Yeah.
Well, someone's looked at it.
Yeah, someone has looked at it. Yeah, just probably not the right.
Who's being paid? Like maybe you need standardized.
Yeah, I mean, Louise hasn't looked at it. I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next question?